Well, you may have seen it on your way to work or school or just driving around. A new billboard has some people thinking about the Earth.
And asking the question, could the Earth be flat? Greg Argos is here with more on the movement that is taking on centuries of scientific research. Greg?
It really is, guys. And Yuki, this was just unveiled just yesterday, in fact. This billboard, a digital billboard unveiled yesterday, and it's calling into question a theory most of us have accepted, that the Earth, of course, is round. But those behind this billboard say, well, we've all been tricked.
Drivers heading eastbound on the Schuylkill already battle some serious traffic. But now there's another distraction slowing them down, and it's just 100 feet above their heads.
No. That's pretty ridiculous. They're missing a lot.
Sandwiched between two insurance ads is this bold 3-word billboard: Research Flat Earth.
I know about these folks.
I can't believe this is for real.
That they have some very hard, concrete evidence that they've convinced themselves that the Earth is flat.
We believe this is something that needs to be talked about.
Math POWERLAND purchased the ad.
$900 a week for that one.
He's a member of the Infinite Plane Society whose members believe the Earth is flat. He says NASA's pictures and spacewalks showing a curved Earth are all made up.
We believe it's all faked. All of it's in front of CGI, augmented virtual reality. The spacewalks are, for the most part, done in desalinated water tanks.
They're stuck in like 1492.
Actually, more like 330 BC.
The Greek mathematicians figured out that the Earth is round simply by looking at the angle of shadows in different places on the surface of the planet.
Derek Pitts, the Franklin Institute's chief astronomer, says it's fine to have different opinions, but when there is concrete evidence to the contrary, you have to accept reality.
We've been able to observe lunar eclipses from Earth. The only way you can make a curved shadow is if you have a curved object that blocks the light.
And for at least the next week, this ad will be blocking drivers' attention.
I guess it's not the worst thing to spend your money on, but I guess there's more important things than whether or not the Earth is flat.
Definitely need to get a new hobby. I mean, I could use that money.
Now, Philadelphia is the first city this billboard was introduced. Math POWERLAND says he chose our city simply because of economics. As you heard, the cost for a week was under $1,000. Now, he says he plans to unveil other ads in Phoenix and Denver in the coming weeks, and he's actually getting a lot of hits on his website.
$900 a week. What's he do?
He's out of New Mexico. I don't know, actually. He sells bags with flat Earth maps. He sells flat Earth maps for your home.
Maybe
different
we should get in the
sizes,
t-shirt business.
coasters.
No.
Coasters.
Coasters?
You name it. I mean, it's all there.
Coasters.
All right, Greg, we're going to keep an eye on that billboard and to the sky.
Working with. However, recent information has come to light and we are just concerned that he has a sexual assault record. So if I give you his name, is there any way that you could actually validate this? Because we're worried there might be some foul play. Somebody might have photoshopped his face onto something. So we just wanted to call and verify.
Okay, so you say you're interested in working with him. Is it like for employment? Or...
Yes.
Yes. It's for a project.
Okay. And have you already done a background check on him?
Yes, and we want to check if this is a real file.
Yes, we're basically the file that we got back. We're actually worried it might be photoshopped, so we want to verify with you guys.
Okay, so what's his last name?
His last name is Procella, Procella. First name Matthew, middle name Aaron, Aaron.
And what's his date of birth?
4/30/1984. Give me just 1 second. I could be mistaken. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 minute. I'm pretty sure that's correct. 4/30. I think. Yeah, 1984.
So when you ran his background check and it said something about him, like a sex offense?
He's got quite a big rap sheet.
Okay.
We're concerned that he had a sexual assault charge. Is that correct?
Okay, so the only thing I can tell you about him, basically, is we don't have a case with him, but he does register with us because he's a sex offender.
That's what I thought. Okay, so and I know he had a...
What kind of sex offender?
Does it tell you what kind? Is there like a general... Is it just a general database?
I can't really use that, but what I can do is I can turn you over to, her name is Barb Gibb. She works in our sex crimes unit.
Okay.
So she's responsible for all of the sexual offenders as far as the registrations and stuff. So she could probably answer your question, or a detective up there. So I'm going to give you her phone number and also transfer you up to her.
Sure, thank you.
So her phone number is 303-739
She told me. We don't even
Okay,
talk
you
to
know
her.
what? This is what's going on here. You've not applied this Carly Medrano Sunshine and everybody else who's been following ODD, although he's put up some good work. Like a Nazi pro-Hitler guy put up some good work. The problem is here is they've deployed, I believe, individuals who have a stigma intentionally. And they're going to pull the pin on these grenades on the mass media. And it's going to look like everybody who's following these people are all criminals. And now they've usurped my name, these same people, this trolls, the Osmonds, or whatever you want to call them, because they control both sides of the flat earth. And everything's hubbing through ODD, and ODD is pushing truth frequency radio, and they're all together. But they're going to pull these pins on these grenades so that these guys can get their criminal records wiped clean? Is this their mission? They're doing all this so they don't have a criminal record? Quite possibly. And they get to enjoy the reality of the whole thing at the same time while imploding it. So it's very evil what these guys are doing. They do think the earth is flat, or they do enjoy saying it's flat. They're putting out good work, but they're doing it all so that when the media says this character is a Nazi, this guy is a pedophile or a sex offender, I don't know what kind of sex offense he has, but we're going to find out. It's to be continued on the NASA channel. And Unsilent Dan will be doing a lot of the play-by-play color commentary on this whole fiasco, but we are going to start now collapsing the bullshit wannabe cult figure alpha males that are in this. The people here are just for like money and fame, and think they're rock stars, and you know, we're going to try to course correct the people that have some redeeming qualities that we can use to do a real expedition here. But this is real. So what happened was he told people that he got a DUI, and then somebody did a fraudulent rap sheet and took his DUI photo and put it on a sex offender sheet, which I knew he was going to do. That's the only trick he could play on you, which is very clever, but very deviant. It goes to show you how deviant these people are. IPS, using my name. So maybe he's saying next he's going to be Eric Dubé, right? Or he won't say he's Eric Dubé. But in the end, he's going to put himself in this little Guccifer computer hacker for the military or human intelligence or the CIA or counterintel Cass-Sustine curriculum. Should look that up. And he's going to look like he's behind all of us. And then I get lumped in with the crazy enclosed system UFO guy, the Nazi, and the sex offender. No, I told you that's fraud. And when it gets to that level, I'm now piecing together here something going on here. Because we got the sex offense, and that's for life. So if that sex offense gets removed, well then we know it's the government that's involved in counter intel against a simple little question, photo or painting. Is the earth flat? Why are your globes paintings? And it seems to me like this little bratty political science that I've delivered to the world over is causing quite a kerfuffle. So yes, it's true. ODD Matthew Aaron Procella is a registered sex offender. You heard it here, folks. So everybody's a big fan of ODD. I'm just letting you know, you're a fan of a guy who's committed a sexual offense, and that's yet to be determined against who and what age. And I'm sorry for the smear, but you came in.
It's not a smear if it's true.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a smear if it's being true. But you came in suddenly supporting me after you were blocking anybody who was stating that the motive behind lying about the earth being a ball is their hiding land. You would censor them on your platform, which indicates that you're trying to get your sex offense wiped clean from the records. And you might be working for some sort of dark ops as a slave spy on the web. So there you go. Thank you, Agent POWERLAND. Very good work.
My pleasure.
And also to our many trolling trolls. Trolls are trolling trolls on the web who are on the globe side right now, infiltrating, and also the globe trollers that are now defecting from the lodges and defecting from the troll groups that have been attacking the flat earth or are still in the globe trolls who are giving us all this valuable information. We're going to keep it going, and we're going to continue to collapse all the fakes from the reals. That's way after. Let me tell all of you, Dubé, Dell, Sergeant, Jaron, and all the people actually grouped together, okay, and are dissing me. Come in and taking my work. This is my world vision you're in. You're in my world. Do you understand? And it has nothing to do with Jesus, the devil, or what lodge you're from, and your archaic sense of when the morning star is going to come. It goes a little deeper. And it's a lot more complex than this little Lord of Flies scenario you're trying to expunge out of all these clinically unstable flat earthers. And never mind the unconscious globalists. I've biohacked human consciousness. I have stress tested their ability to defend their reality, and they have all failed. And with the audacity of walking around with my curriculum, what's fake and real, and all these insights and proofs I told you to go out and do. What proofs did you do, man? Oh, you're not doing activism? I was doing activism before you could wipe your baby's butts. I was in front of a crowd, going through a comedy room, developing punchlines so I could usurp the entire Hollywood industry and use comedy as a way to blow their minds. 1,000 times bigger than Carlin. Where the heck were you, dude? And then I see you after a year getting drunk off your view counts and your alpha male complex when you're in charge of this whole thing and Derek DeBay's there and you just sit there smugly going, and Aaron's just like, I like the way that you're on the street and you do your activism. You really have a hands-on approach. And he's just like this. Why don't you go pull it out and do 69 on each other over the flat earth, you freaking freaks? You know what? I'd be concerned that maybe that RFID ink that's all over your arm is triangulating for the 5G that's going to unroll. Because that's what's about to happen, folks. Some people got the wrong ink, and they're possessed. So you're in my work. And if it wasn't enough to bitch slap you to say that I'm the one with the first video time-stamped, let's go back to old school, to the real channel, because I'm bringing it back. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, folks. The channel's called Guy Waking Up. Not shortly after YouTube was created. Guy Waking Up. Perception test. Challenge how you see reality. If McMillan put it as the medium is the message, what is the message of your reality? It could very well be there are people behind the scenes, tailor-making and engineering your sense of reality through your perception. See, am I British? Am I American? Am I Canadian? What language do you speak? Mutant. Tell your little wooden white and black zebra dog to mute me. In my work, the audacity to watch these channels get drunk on their own pathetic ego and failed alpha male complex. In my curriculum, I never had to tell you. You would have been swallowing your little NASA treats of the weeks of celestial planets you'll never visit, hoping for life on another planet. I could have been on your side, profiting, just manipulating all of you. And you have the audacity to say, I'm the real one who infiltrated the flat earth movement. Enjoy your little TV sitcom you're creating there. You know who you are. You were used as a patsy because you think this is just fun and games. But it's not, my old friend. But we have different morals about honesty. So you go ahead and take a look at it. Right there, you and today, and Mark Sargent, and Patricia Steele, and Taryn, with your little black and white secret dog moderator, Mr. Science. You know, we are being usurped. The trolls that would attack me every day from 2008 on this channel, and then into the NASA channel, and then from the FlatEarthSociety.org out of the UK, which was formed after I took out the NASA channel. Not before, okay? Are now flat earthers. And you know what happens when you type in research flat earth from a billboard? Go to a secondary computer. Don't be a dummy. Because it's going to be on another person's computer who just saw the billboard and never thought about this. And what are they going to see? Tiger Dan, who pretended to be a flat earther, who was an MI6 lodge member, and then turned his back and went back to the ball. And then all the other crazy videos, and the smear videos about Math Powerland, and the rest of it. And dum-dums seem to think we need to unite with a troll operation. Now let me be clear to the Masons, all right? You have access to surveillance toys and technology because you have friends in the government who are abusing a surveillance grid. You've gotten to a position in life because you're called what we call a made man. Your lodge, your groupthink, your fraternal order where you have brotherhoods, all wash each other's hands, right? So one can get a leg up over the masses and get the secrets about how it's flat. And how you manipulate the concept of Jesus and Satan on the heathens and placate them with belief so they never know the truth. They just have to believe in it. By applause, who wants to believe in the truth? Or rather, by applause, who wants to know the truth? See, I am into knowing. And you won't stop me. You won't stop me by guilt of association to whatever you've done in your past, whatever you're planning to do with my work, and whatever toxic affiliation you've tried to insert as a grenade into my work. I am the real math, power, land. This is my world view, and I didn't have to share it. You could have stayed savage forever. There's only a few people we can trust, and I don't even trust them. I know them. I know they're loyal. I know they apply the scientific method. I know they employ reason over alpha male ego and being pandered by hollow view counts from a fake stooge plant that's trying to label the whole thing as racist. Yes, you took my curriculum and rewrote it with your boring, lame vernacular. Whoever you are. And you understand copyright. You just have to rewrite the idea. The idea is not protected. But if you want the real value and you want the real McCoy, because this is all about what's real and fake, as I told Jake in the hotel room his lovely friend Marie bought for him, you must apply the scientific method to people. Meeting them doesn't mean they're real. This thing is now offline. But I have 3 intel sources that are in the trolls. I have one troll who's defecting the trolls working for this operation of approximately several thousand worldwide. Because they understand the reward of finding a huge continent that's maybe tropical or subtropical, and the resources, and what kind of renaissance and the impact that will have on the human mind when we discover that we're in a barred cage under the hypnosis spell of an image. You've never had this point of view with your eyes. And that outweighs a little sitcom about the flat earth in Hollywood. That outweighs donations or bullshit books that have just repackaged the real McCoy. And if you don't think I'm not writing the book on this whole thing, I am. People, when are you going to have the book back? I'm still writing it. There's more to come. And everything I've seen so far with these dragonfly eyes are going to be in it. I am so disappointed, but accepted, that there is such a severe moral bankruptcy in the Christians, the Jews, the Muslims, and the human mind. When someone commits an act of dishonesty, it means they've done something that is not representative of reality. To use someone's name without their consent and then try to sit in the cockpit of my spacecraft, my spaceship, and then pretend to be me is an act of dishonesty. It's fraud, and CBS will be given notice. CBS would never put somebody like me on TV. They put one of their own, and that's how desperate they got. See, the lodge members also have members at CBS. The lodge members have already planted their flat earthers that went back to the ball over a year ago. They point the servers at their operatives. They're pointing the research at this crazy house of psychotic flat earth pundits who kind of forget how they even got there. Shame, shameful audacity. A failure, once again, in applying the scientific method. And not pushing the expedition. If I'm being courted by men who get their place in life by being part of a secret order at this level of covert shenanigan, you're going to fail. Because I don't like groups. I am one individual against an empire. And the power of my mind seems to be more powerful than that of the empire. Isn't it funny? Now, I don't have their TV, I don't have their computer, I don't have their servers, and they're cheating the view counts, stealing them from here and inflating the view counts over there. It's a private company, YouTube, so it could be crooked all at once. You can buy YouTubes, you could buy YouTube view counts, you could hide view counts. You could place somebody in a jockey position, a pole position as number one, you can hide another. But the date still stands. January 1st, 2008, folks, online and on stages and comedy clubs in 2003. And my cassettes are hidden away in Montreal. The old ribbon cassettes before the digital cameras, showing me on stages. So I'm going to bitch slap you even further back into time with my world vision that I'm sharing with you, but you've had the audacity to call me the fake. You wouldn't recognize Jesus because you're too busy trying to spot Satan. Now I'm neither. I'll explain to you what I am. What would it be like if a dragonfly was a human being? A dragonfly is the most advanced vision system in nature. Now, I speculated, based off the theory of evolution and what I observe with decay and transmutation and transformation in organisms, plants and rocks, changing and morphing, for a creature to actually experience and exist in the three phases of existence, water, land, and air, in one life cycle, it must be the oldest creature. After stating this, modern science backed me up with an episode on Nova and the scientific community, saying that it might very well be the oldest creature. And it would make sense, because there's no other creature that actually lives in the water, evolves onto land, and then takes flight in their lifespan. It doesn't just see 180 like a human. It doesn't just see 360. It sees 720 into the other eyeball as well. Its form and color comes how it receives light. It has a G-force, if you want to use gravity, of 10. A human being would break apart in any capsule at that speed. Now let's take a look at the exoskeleton. Ladies, if you look closely right here in the center, you see the exact skeletal proportions of a young girl in a meditative position. The face, meditative position. The face, the arms, the knees in an Indian squat. So not only did it evolve in such a beautiful, sophisticated, advanced organism, but it also has this print of the female form, which we all start as. in the womb before we become men. There's something going on with this creature, because it is this creature that led me to the truth. The earth is flat. That's a whole other story that spans beyond the oceans of time, beyond your sense of dimension, and well beyond the sensory reality or abstract absolutes of mathematics. It was a secret I requested when I was given a floor in a certain place by very, very suspect, deviant individuals that claim to be up in space. That would be for the book, so I can make a little money off that to get across the ice. There's a lot of stuff that I don't tell you that will be in the book. Back to the billboard. Try to live your life like a dragonfly. Try it. Just fucking try it. Instead of a male, a Jesus wannabe, a Luciferian, a diva. Try it. See where it brings you. I'm not asking you to replace God with a dragonfly, but I am telling you this is quite the surveillance unit. And they've been around for a long time. I may not find the head of a T-Rex or dinosaurs, but we have fossils of these creatures which are about the span of the space of this camera frame. So this is a very, very important creature. According to the ancients, who knew the earth was flat, like the Merovitians, the ancient Aryans, the Hindis, the Sufis, the Persians, the Asians, and the North American, if you want to call this landmass that, Native Indians. They even claim that if you sit still enough in the wilderness, and you let go of your ego, and you think of nothing, if you sit still in the wilderness, and really become one with the plants and the animal kingdom, predator and prey, but as the most advanced symbiosis of all of it. During the spring or the time of dragonflies, one will come towards you if you wish it. They always do. And they'll land on your nose. And if you're still enough, they'll take out one of their prongs and then excrete a liquid into your eye. This is according to native legend. But I've had many encounters with these creatures surrounding me in very precious moments in nature. So I'm going to side with this as a gold standard, a benchmark, a role model amongst this chaos you call a globe, or the truth. The billboard was a concept being thrown on my pages, on my channel, well before this character. The tote bag, the proofs, the experiments. Here's the thing too. I don't need to prove the earth is flat. You do. I don't need to prove the earth is a globe. You do. I don't have time. I already know it. I do it every day. I watch real physics. I told you this over and over again. It's not getting through here. Maybe it's not fast enough. Or I'm not like at a desk with a microphone, like CNN. Because it's the only format where you get information, apparently. You've been brainwashed on even how you receive information. You think this is crazy because I'm not in the format you're used to with your perception? Because your eyeball has been trained on how information is brought to you through a screen and a desk and a guy or a girl with a microphone and a little zebra wooden dog? Right? Now, You're eating my work! There's the date. Reconcile it. Reconcile that with your ego. Call me a narcissist and a diva. Dudes, chicks, people, ladies and gentlemen, I never had to tell you fuck all.
Wait a second, you just said to me to not bring up Matthew. When you were talking to Matthew, you brought me up.
What do you mean?
What I just said. You're a hypocrite, man.
No, Antonio, I'm not a fucking hypocrite. Don't talk fucking shite, my man. I'm here talking to you. I'm talking to you fucking directly, you lying fuck piece of shit. I'm talking to you fucking directly. So don't come in and fucking twist it.
Okay, so...
You're here fucking talking to me, you fucking ignorant prick.
So you just said you lying piece of shit. Describe what lie.
You just fucking tried to misrepresent me that I'm a hypocrite.
You just said to me, don't bring up Matt Powerland. When you were talking to Matt Powerland, you brought me up. You didn't bring me up. You
and you're here fucking having the discussion.
Yes, and you brought me up. And then later told me not to bring other people up. That's hypocrisy.
You're bringing it up saying you're talking for Matthew and his 10 years experience.
No, I didn't say that. That's you,
like. You just fucking said it a minute ago.
No, I didn't. I did not say.
Fucking know. Get to fuck you fucking ball man.
I did not say I was speaking for Matt. I did not say that. And people listen to this will see.
Fucking rewind it. You just fucking referenced his 10 years experience as if fucking know what he's been through. You don't know his experience for 10 years.
Does that mean that I was talking for him? Does that mean that I was talking for him? You just said that I said I was talking for him. No, I fucking didn't.
You fucking just referenced his 10 years experience. And what should talk in 10 years? How the fuck do you know?
And did I at any point say I'm talking for him?
What are you talking about?
You need to take a breath, okay?
Don't fucking start telling me I need to take a breath. You get yourself to fuck, you little fucking prick, you. You fucking knob. Get to fuck, you wee fucking girl, you. Fuck you, you fucking prick. If you're standing in front of me, I'll fucking smash you right in fucking, you wee prick. Fuck you. You're gonna get fucking backhanded right away, you clown. Get to fuck, you troublemaking little fucking bastard, you. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Okay, so you do realize what they're gonna do, Matt, right?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Louder?
You realize what they're gonna do.
You gotta get right by the camera.
You do realize what you're not even in the shot. You do realize what they're gonna do, even though you said all that?
Yeah, they're gonna say dragon means like devil.
Yeah, they're still going to put you in the Lucifer box, or the Jesus box, or the good guy box, or the bad guy box.
He's still gonna be Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. Even after you said all that, they're still not gonna make the connection. Yeah. This is not about...
No, they're savages that just saw an advanced person from another era that has nothing to do with this era, has nothing to do with their stupid dichotomies. And so it goes to show you at what level this devil and Jesus thing, even though Jesus is a real person, I know Jesus and I know the power of Jesus personally, and I love receiving the grace and power of Yeshua. Love it. I get it all the time. Whenever I need a sign or I need to know if something's right or wrong, I go, Jesus or God. Sometimes I go, God, please give me a sign. And then I see Jesus. So it's like, all right, I literally see Jesus. I mean...
that's a sermon for another day. I can't wait for you to release that.
To do that one? Yeah, so busy I'm dealing with all the flies in this whole thing. I can't actually get to the good stuff. There seems to be like something going on where there's like, I think the ego is the doorway to being possessed by this character, Satan or Lucifer, the negative energy. You know, people go, well, hey, he's crazy, he's biblical. It's like, well, let's imagine in your mind, if you want to prove God exists, or you want to not prove it, God represents the maximal perfect thing, like the most goodness, the most beauty, the most benevolence, the most power, the most knowledge ever that we could not even fathom. So if you can envision the possibility of this thing, the argument holds that it must possibly exist. And by possibly existing, and you not being on the same level as that kind of omnipotence and perfection, you can't disprove it doesn't exist, because you only have your mind. And what we qualify as God is the ultimate creator of all thing that is goodness. So likewise, we could envision the maximal evil and badness, possible badness, and that would be what we would envision as Satan or the devil. I think the ego and the temptation for money, fame, sex, notoriety or, you know, going along to get along so you don't get like humiliated or persecuted by the big group of misguided fools or manipulated. That doorway of temptation, the ego. What is the ego? It's like this little voice that is reactionary, you know, that has an entitlement over something that you might be deluded you deserve. I mean, there's people out there, I told you to apply the scientific method to find out who's real or fake. What is real or fake? Way before the fake news, folks. Do you remember when I was talking about fake clouds? And fake is the new F word? And then suddenly we're talking about real and fake information.
You know, Matt, it's gotten to the point where you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between the president and the photo of a president.
They said that.
MSNBC.
MSNBC and then carried over on NPR. Now it's like you would know the difference between the real Matt Powerland and the fake Matt Powerland. They're doing a Mandela effect, and I think it's biochemical, and it converges with the alpha male or alpha female or the, you know, the unconscious human's ego. And that ego is basically a little doorway in your soul that opens itself up to being damned to hell. The ego is the ability for this maximal concept we call evil, the devil, to possess your reason, your ability to discern what's right and wrong. So you have a lot of naive Christians who seem to think a perfect stranger pretending to be me got my name out there, but they don't understand how this is an operation. Because driving on the freeway, looking up at Research Flat Earth, what are they going to get on their computer screen? You have no idea. It could be Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson making fun of it. It could be all this crazy infighting. I heard it was Tiger Dan, which is even worse, because he was a planet, and I knew it all from the beginning. And he was with Truth Frequency Radio people. So...
Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Sorry to interrupt. This is a human man. This is not Math Powerland, the name, the image. This is actually a real person.
You want to pull it out?
This is not he's real. This is not a photo of Math Powerland. This is not a painting of Math Powerland. This is my husband. He's a real person, and he doesn't.
Well, how do we know you're real, Katie?
He doesn't. Well,
it's like it's got the we gotta like stab ourselves in him, or watch out. Some crazy's gonna come.
Strangers handling him, okay? I can handle him. Thank you.
Some crazy's gonna come at me, you know, like with a knife and go, "Oh shit, he's bleeding. I thought you were just wires." So there we go. It's just you know, IPS is live, Dell is live. That's good. I've got other things to do here. I'm doing the floor here. I'm going to do a flat Earth with all these like silver continents on a big, huge black pond. So that's what I do, and I share it with you. I don't have to. I really don't. I really don't. I could just take a big bag of gold and money, even after all this, not do the expedition. I can still do that. But I think the expedition would be the ultimate movie. And the fact that the metrics are at a fever pitch and the insanity is like gone completely off the charts, that this would be an opening weekend of a real documentary going across. What would that be? It'd probably be like $150 million opening night if we opened up in Europe and the US.
Yeah.
So it's like, just that on its own proves how controlled your Hollywood is, because the metrics are there. And they're chicken shit. They're chicken shit. They don't want to fight me. You know, instead I got like these loser flat earthers fighting me in my work. Where would you be without me, dude? You'd be like hoping to get on that planet. That fucking cartoon. You'd still be hoping to get on that cartoon, not even knowing it's a cartoon. That's how crazy you'd be right now. But instead, I've given you a bit of authority over the zombies, and then you have the audacity to say you're the real one, and I'm the fake, and I'm like Mr. Drama. You're in my work. You're in my work. You're in my fucking vision as a painter and a realist. This is my vision. Okay? You're lucky you had a guy like me show up. He's cocky. No, your ego is possessed. That's why your reaction is saying he's a narcissist. Because you know I'm right.
The ego is the doorway. You are right about that.
Your ego is the doorway to hell. You must admit, you must bend. I mean, everything I said, that these people are trying to say he's paranoid, he's crazy. That doesn't work. You're still falling underneath their spell. What are they going to say? Eric Dubé's, all right, you got me. I'm an agent. I stole his work. Gig's up. You know, like IPS. That's right, I'm a troll. I'm trolling. I'm a Mason. My name is Guccifer. I got an operation of 400 accounts. 400 accounts on YouTube. Okay, you're right. We're Masons. We have 400 secret accounts pretending to be flat earthers. We're originally globe trolls. We're working for the government. No, they're going to say I'm crazy. I'm self-centered. It's called gaslighting. It's an actual operative term. When somebody whistle blows, they call them crazy. That's all they got. What are they going to do? Admit it? But look at how I call out what they're going to do. Do I have to do a compilation video? All right, let's do the timelines, how I warned you of everything, and then you can see if I'm crazy and paranoid.
It's gotten to the point where you have to make a timeline video every week because people...
Forget, they're being sprayed.
People are...
They're fluoridated. Something happened.
What do you mean?
Hold on. That's what I just told you. I'm just gonna tell the folks. So I just had a quantum download of paranoia. But you're not the Jameson or Johnny Walker type of paranoia. A good 18-year double scotch quality paranoia scenario that I want to run past you. Because I was supposed to go down to an art exhibit with this gentleman about a month and a half from the event where he pretended to be me. Something happened. That's not what was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be a situation that would embarrass me. And this is what I think was supposed to happen. But because Flat Earth is spreading so fast, they had to do something immediately. They weren't expecting Jake Gibson to distance himself from white supremacy and then suddenly try to go on a road trip, quit his job suddenly to prove to everybody he's real. They didn't expect that. Because we were talking about it, and then Jake finally did it. You know, take him out, finish him. That's what I told Jake, finish him. So then Jake's gonna, he's got a third and fourth dimensional reaction from that choice, going, well, now I gotta go, I have to go meet people, show people I'm real, because he never meets people. So Jake takes off to go meet people. And he's obviously going through New Mexico. And so obviously he wants to check this guy out. So he goes to check this guy out. But Jake's just reacting because he made a big courageous step. He says, you know what, Matt's right. Do I want to be associated when when Flat Earth is kind of labeled as being run by a guy who's like David Duke? And I said, this guy's even worse than David Duke. And look how they're trying to set up this debate with Rogan with the comments and stuff while they're blocking anybody saying he should debate me. So Jake goes on the road. There's all these factors here, folks. Because me and Jake are the only real people in this whole thing. Yeah, he can still question, at what point I'm real or fake, but it's because I've been here so long, I'm not the 101 beginners class. I'm the 400 level. So, and I'm a painter who started this. This is my work. This is my vision. I'm painting a new world here. Or I'm just painting the landscape of the world that's always existed. And I'm conveying the vision to you. And I want to see that other landscape. So come on, I know you're hiding it. I know you're hiding the other landscape. I want to see it. I want to paint it. I'm really, really a selfish landscape painter is what I am. All I care about is painting the landscape. And I guess I've gone rogue. Because as a landscape painter who paints landscapes, beautiful landscapes, you love to see as much of the world as possible. And I got a little bored with painting the same type of vegetation. So now we're where we're at because of a vision, a download I had. So they weren't expecting Jake to go around trying to, I'm fucking real, that guy's not real. And good on you, Jake. Great job. Great job. You didn't warn me after Vegas you were going to actually go in there, and you didn't tell me you set this situation up. That's fine. But something happened where they had to accelerate something. because that wasn't meant for Jake. That whole hazing, kind of Masonic initiation with this group of troll globers pretending to be infinite planers now, because that's what's going on here. Guy's got 400 accounts, troll accounts. That either means A, he has 400 phones, because you have to have a phone number when you start an account on YouTube. After 3, you're flagged, they want to call you. Find out that this isn't the same guy who just opened up the last 2 from that IP address, IPS, spy. I mean, it works many fucking ways here. And no, I'm not behind it. Because I never said the world was an infinite plane. I said it was probably infinitely expanding for all you know. And that the Merovingians and the ancient Aryans, according to their legend and lore, said that it was 8 billion miles across. That's fucking pretty big. Maybe not as big as the heliocentric fairy tale fantasy, but pretty big. If it's hard rock geography with land masses and water and circuit suns rotating around the magnetic pole in each one of these geomagnetic pawns of continents, yeah, open up your vision, Glober. Deal with my imagination. This is my vision. So this guy comes in, says all the right things, guess it's not a ball, because this guy's got 400 accounts. Either he's got 400 phones, or he's got a team of 397 buddies, unless he's got 2 phones, or his mom's phone, somebody who's walking in the background of his place. Or he's allowed to have 400 accounts because he's a cyber containment hack. $20 billion worth of NASA, okay, folks? So they got to take this thing down, and they're trying to fuse this with radical racism. Dell's talking billboards. He triangulates with Dubé. I'm giving you some fine Scotch paranoia here. Can you do the double malt? Because it's going to get good. It was supposed to be me going down to the art show with my paintings, tempted by doing a rock show at the beginning, which I would have loved to do. And then do a rant, turn into music, and do a couple perception experiments on the public. Food. And you could watch it on the NASA channel. And then the billboard's up, and he just goes, you know what, why don't you say you're running the campaign? I take the apple. IPS gives me the apple. I get tempted by my ego. Then next thing you know, I'm doing the report. I'm all nervous about this. It's going up. It's like Masons trying to haze and initiate and cause division and make me look stupid or something. But something happened recently on my side that sped their little operation up and they had to use Jake. And I'll tell you what it was. Tell you what it was. Because that's when I saw this thing going to overdrive. And then I would flash on the screen with the billboard, and they would accidentally say, I'm Eric Dubé. Because I got Jake to separate from him, and then boom, I had an ally. So then I was just going to fuck the ally, and me together take me out with my ally, and then I look like I stole Eric Dubé's name. Well, what if that was the scenario? See, this is called intelligence agency. They do this all day. They see all your actions and comments, and then you devise scenarios on how to infiltrate your world by sucking up to your ego. Because they already know what you're looking for. Money, this, that, that. This ain't a game, folks. I'm 1,000 times that mind of scenario building. And when I see them coming in and doing shit to my buddy, and then roping him in like that, I was like, something sped up their agenda. Because the goal was to divide, or to embarrass and humiliate me, or take out the whole thing as Nazism. Because they're kind of warning you that the next billboard going up in New York, which is a big city, this guy's pretending to be people in the flat earth. So then the next one is going to be put up by Eric Dubé. Oh, and the news doesn't know what it's saying. It has no idea. It's got these 3 people all lumped in together. One's a Nazi. He's going to do it. Because I pissed all over the scenario to have a debate with Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson and just have it stuck on Holocaust denial and Hitler loving that this guy's espousing. So it's kind of coming. How do I know this? Is he in it, man? No, I'm biohacking the lower grade Jameson version of scenario building, paranoia, and manipulation of the public. I'm biohacking this cheap hack biohacker. He's a hack biohacker that has asset support from a big sum of money or a big group of individuals that have an allegiance to something, and And they've infiltrated this because they're in a panic. And the two things that panicked the whole thing is, well, A, I started just doing all my presentations with rock music, live, no script, improvised, live wires active. And then the second one was, I said that there's 45-year-old men who are spying on the entire world through their cell phones, and that includes your sons and daughters that are minors. They didn't like that while it's spreading. And while I have people working for me who are pretending to be Globers, attacking flat earthers, but they're real flat earthers, we're trolling the trolls. We got a couple operatives out there right now. We got even one of their own that's about to defect. And the reward, well, the sacrifice might be breaking an NDA. The sacrifice might be not getting your $50 a day, $50 an hour a day to go around troll the flat earth with that big, huge NASA budget. But it might be discovering a new world like Columbus did, and all the benefits that come from that, including the potato and corn on the cob. You don't know what you're going to find if they've been confining you through the hypnosis of this image. And it really was just continuing the flatness with other lands and another sun. Very, very far south. It's my imagination. Tough luck, because it's spreading. So that's what they tried to do, and now I put up this reactionary video, which, yeah, it was a performance. I went with a bit of the emotional charge of watching my friend the other way, taking the money. And I used that for performance. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to see what comments would come in, and if there was any kind of, thing that would tie them all together. If there was anything that would tie them all together. Well, first off, they all sounded like the old days with Globes trolling me, but now it's people supporting nothing really, not even IPS with the FEPE icon, and not defending Jake, but just attacking me. But they all had this same little channel icon of this stupid cartoon penguin, which is kind of like, okay, they're trying to form their group, they're trying to make an army, that's how they take over this whole thing. It's like, we're not forming an army, they're dividing us, then they introduce this army with an emblem, because we put out a flag. They got that idea from the flag, or was it a countermeasure? And really, they're just mirroring, and their counterintelligence is to mirror in order to co-opt and take while divide. Yes, of course. This is the art of cyber warfare. But we have people defecting now as well. You have a remote viewer at your service. Math POWERLAND. So I see through this quantum grid of manipulation because I know acting. I know what it is to act. I know when I spot somebody who's reading from a script. I'm a live wire. They're not. They're never going to be able to do that. They'll never be able to keep up. They can only mirror or do what I say after they see it in an email or a comment or I say it. They just take it. They do it. And most of the time I'm actually giving it because I know the best way to use a shill is use a shill. Use it. It's like a free marketing device. Even if it's counter you, make a lot of noise, whatever. We got to a fever pitch, but now we have to sort through the fakes. The fakes have been exposed because when I did that emotional portrayal, and at the risk of hurting Jake, Jake did fall for it, and I have nothing to do with it, but he did fall for it. He was right there, sitting there. I told Jake if I was seated with this guy, and he went on the phone and to CBS, he said, "Yeah, I'm Jake Gibson," and I was there, and I knew about it beforehand. You would have been fucking furious with me. Well, now that you put it that way, Yeah, the Jake way? Yeah, okay, sorry, maybe I didn't make it clear. You have to be the guy that's the victim. Okay, you know what? Is this on camera? He's creating too much drama. He's creating too much drama. What are we supposed to be emotional on this? Dude, I will use the full force of comedy, the full force of drama, the full force of poetry, the full force of rock and roll, the full force of anything a human being can do to get across the ice with a huge army of real people. I mean, what do you think this is? NYPD Blues or Law and Order? And like, you're doing too much drama? You're doing cartwheels in the back, I like that. Like, do you really think, like, there's too much drama? This guy's going, there's too much drama! He's shaking his head. You should put a wig on so you can see how much you're shaking your head. I mean, there's too much drama. You're fucking right, there's drama. Drama's the best. Drama and comedy, dramedy, and the depths and depths with no limits is the best way to have any kind of expression. What are you, medicated? Ain't no stand for blaming Jews. Eric, what you have to say? Yes, I know. I do good work. Thanks. I like it when the way you approach people is really hands-on.
Don't forget to do the namaste. Hi, my name's...
Fucking Masonic, satanic loving.
I know.
Don't you see it? Don't you see it? Dude, you're done because you had a black and white wooden dog. Why? Like muting me?